That's how sensitive this new technology is. Hey, damn, how are you? Probably, mate. Come on. Twitch app is hopeless. Absolutely rock bottom hopeless. God's loyal. That's because this new camera that I've got is that sensitive. When the wind blows, it tries to readjust. Is that working yet or not? That's better. Right. So what we might do is this. Let's do that over there. Right. Righto, Manty. Why is my phone being such a prick? Oh, really? Let's restart, shall we? Let's do that. Let's restart. Such a pain. Let me just check this. Battery's still good. Let's just bring that in a bit. That's better. We'll get it away from that light, eh? Oh. That's better. Well, that's a bit sensitive, isn't it? Wow, hang on. Let's do this, shall we? So what's happening is, right, the wind's blowing on the screen. That's better. Righto, let's try that. You probably don't want to see that. Now the wind's died down, it should be better. There we go. Yeah, that's how sensitive this new technology is, fam. It's actually responding to the wind on the screen. Hey, Hopley, how are you? No luck tonight. Just I've only had a handful of times. So 1080p 48. No, I don't think so. Rightio, that should be okay. Now the wind's changed to northerly, which is interesting. All right. I knew I was getting here a bit late, people. Anyway, as I was saying before, yeah, years ago, Hopley, when I was younger, mate, I haven't used live bait for a long time, mate. I just prefer to use soft plastics. I've sort of grown out of that phase. Tomorrow I'm going to bring out the Starlink and go back to that spot where we got that fish last time. Hopley, there's lots of different ways to catch fish, mate. I'm not really phased whether I catch fish or not. This is far more challenging, bud. Right? So, you know, I like to make things hard, mate. Anybody can go out and use live bait, mate. Good luck to them. No dramas whatsoever. I'm using soft plastics because it's tougher. And when you hook a fish on soft plastics, you know, there's a lot more to it than just chucking out a live, you know. Yeah, that's right. God's law, each to their own, mate, you know. I mean, however people want to fish is entirely up to them, mate. I just like doing what I'm doing here, you know. So thanks to everyone that stuck around. Sorry about that. We lost an absolutely huge fish one night live on stream. Bit further up, which is where we're going to be tomorrow. Right, and yeah, that was, oof, what a fish that was. Managed to hold on to it for about 10 minutes, but we got smoked, you know. Yeah, hey, Benton, how are you, bud? Beautiful. Mackie bashing. Yeah, the mackerel up here, 2 pints, can grow to about 6 foot long, but and 30 kilos. We have the narrow barred Spanish mackerel, which is what they will call king mackerel, you know. Hey there, 94. Not really, bud. I just like to fish with one rod at a time, mate. That way I can sort of know what's going on, if you know what I mean. I watch a lot of these American streamers that have like 6 rods out in the boat. I just can't see the logic in that. So you can only fish with one at a time. When I go down to the beach, I have the big rod out because normally down the beach, if something's going to hit on the big rod, it hits on the big rod. And then I just fish with a smaller rod, you know. Off Perth, we do Benton and further up north, bud. So, right. Yeah, I don't find any challenge fishing with bait, people. Fair enough off the beach and that sort of stuff, but I'm still going to fish off the beach with lure as well. But, I mean, yeah, I just don't find any challenge with it. At least with this, with soft plastics, there's a lot more challenge to it and it's a lot more difficult. That just presents the challenge. One night we'll do a fly fishing stream for Mulloway on fly in Perth around the Narrows, and then I'll show you some fun. Yeah, that's right, Loey. A lot of people just target sharks and Goliath groper and black brim and all that for views, mate. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, I got Australis Fishing on TikTok, so no one else took it, but I don't use it. So yeah, I'll just stick to YouTube and Twitch from now on, I think. That's the only way to fish with a kayak, Hopley, right? You sit in the middle of the river and then you cast at the snags, mate. But unfortunately, this river's quite fished out. And there's also the pollution issues with the fish kill every year, if you know what I mean. So some rivers down south, you sort of guess which way the water's flowing and you try and, like, for example, just say you've got a fork in a tree here, you anchor with the kayak, let it swing out with the current so you're side on facing it, and then you cast at the fork in the tree and get as close to the tree as you can without hitting it, mate. And that's the only way you get the big brim, you know what I mean? I'll be doing one of those streams probably about April, I think. So just got to get out in the ocean with the kayak yet, mate. That's not too far away. So oh, nice one, Buddha. Which county do you do your fly fishing in, bud? I've taken people from Gloucestershire, all sorts of places fly fishing down south, mate. Shit, someone sounds like they had an accident. Yeah, that's right, Manzi. Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know about that, Manzi, because you're in Perth, and these guys are, a bit further south than that, bud. Yeah, look, people, you got to remember I'm self-employed, so I've got to just try. I've just got to try and schedule things around work, and I mean, I started work at 6 this morning, and I had plans to finish at 4:30, but didn't get out till 6:30. Right, so you know, with that sort of thing, I yeah, came down here, and we've well and truly missed the high tide. But sometimes you get them as the tide changes, but not very often, or drops, I should say. Probably going after that bloody weirdo the other night that wanted the tyre changed, Manzi. The other good thing is too, people, I've gotten accustomed to this Shimano rod and this Shimano reel. So when I do head down south, yeah, it's going to be good. Scrappy, how are you, mate? Thanks for coming into the stream. Yeah, it's always a nice night, mate. That's a good thing about water and that sort of stuff, but it's always peaceful next to a river, you know? We had a beautiful sunset here the other night. The sunset in the west over there. And just as it sort of dropped over the horizon and those red hues came through, it lit up the sky. It was beautiful, you know? So we don't get snow or ice here in Australia, in WA, so you know what I mean? And a lot of people are sort of snowed in for quite a while, and to see a nice sunset and that sort of stuff hopefully lifts their spirits a bit, you know, mate, because I'd get depressed if I was stuck indoors from snow. I would get absolutely feral. Beautiful. Scrappy, it is 8:25, bud. Yeah, 8:25, mate. The winds have been against us for the beach fishing, so I haven't been able to get out. And I think we're building to a bit more bad weather because this week around lunchtime, the southwesterlies are coming in. You can't do much down at the beach with the southwesterlies because it pushes all the weed in as well along here. But there are some sheltered spots out in the bay that I should be able to hopefully get into. Lynn Kumo, how are you, mate? Where you been, stranger? What's going on, Lynn Goombo? Yeah, you too, mate. What have you been up to? Why does that name sound familiar? The good thing about night fishing with soft plastics, people, is when you go out to fish in the daylight with them, right, that's when things sort of improve. I always say, and I don't know whether you're still in chat, little Buddha, or Buddha, however it's pronounced, but if you can fly fish at night, you will be a much better fisher during the day, if you know what I mean. So, that's a duck. You streamed Lingumo, didn't you? For a while there? Coming up very high with this rod tip. I shouldn't do that. Okay. Right, now that was a hit in close. I don't know what hit though. Come on, bud. There's been a lot of swipes. Not really good hits, you know what I mean? Well, it's all timing, Buddha. At night, you can't watch your backcast. So the biggest problem people do with their fly fishing, mate, I've got so much content planned for YouTube. I've got casting videos, fly casting videos, lure casting videos, beach casting videos, everything. What I'll do is I'll do the fly casting video, mate, and I'll show you how it's all done, right? And then that way, yeah, it'll make it easier for you. Yeah, Unlost, you need to start sticking to the theme of the stream, mate. I know that there's a few other streams that's sort of high priority, like questions and that sort of stuff, mate. But here, yeah, it's up to you, mate. That's entirely up to you, pal. So, no, there's only one Lowy Lingumo. Hey, Headhunter. Hey, Headhunter, how are you, bud? I don't think Lowy's like that Lingumo. Rather than say it in chat, mate, you should send him a message, bud, and I'm sure you'll be able to sort it out, bud. I think I've just figured out what I'm doing wrong in this spot, people. Yeah, Lingumo, I don't know why people do that in chat, mate. Seriously. Because if you're going to be genuine and that sort of stuff, you just send someone a private message, mate, because no one else knows what you're talking about. Only yourself. So, just sort it out in a private message, mate. And it saves all the soap opera stuff, bud. Rightio, we've just had a bronze flash in front of the light, people. So it's either little Taylor or it could be mullet. So hopefully, but it doesn't look like the tide's finished, I think. Yeah, it's all right, mate. You could have sent a private message by now and sorted it, brother. The youth of today. Kids. See what I mean? Kids. Right. Now, where's that snag there? Ironically, if I took this rod and reel with a 5/16 ounce jig head into a PUBG tournament, I'd do a lot better than with any weapon. In the old days with Mulloway people, a lot of people called them moonfish for some reason, and they would say that how many Mulloway you catch depends on so many factors, you know. And the moon's one of them. So the other thing is too, people, we'll be doing some beach fishing streams. What is it now? February, March, probably April or May once again. So in May, a lot of the fish come in close to spawn on the shore. So, and in the colder waters, what's the hell's that? And in the colder waters of the southwest, you get a lot of good fish that come into spawn, you know what I mean? That's why that blue colour works well. Right. Yeah. I can quite happily sit here, people, all day, all night, casting a soft plastic into a waterway. No dramas whatsoever. Yeah, it was bait fish and little shrimp. Here, I'll show you. So this is the thing, people, right? A lot of your shrimp and that sort of stuff come into the, I think we've got like a saltwater Gamaris here, or whatever it's called. So here, I'll show you what we're doing. So what we'll do is we'll just come in here a bit closer, right, and we'll just shine this on the water and watch what happens when I shine the light on the water. Right, it'll take a bit to autofocus. So check this out, watch, boom. Okay, so what'll happen there is, well, they jumped before, they didn't jump now. That's interesting. So something must have swum into the area. But you'll see a little pair of orange eyes. Right, they're the little shrimp that are in here. Okay, well, that's really weird because before everything jumped when I shone the light on it, and now they haven't. So, interesting. Oh, there's a little blue manna crab. There it is. You can see it grubbing away in the bottom there. Rightio, let's bring this back here. I thought this would have better night vision, but it doesn't. Let's take that light out of the equation like that. Bring that in here, and away we go. Hey, TJ Rains, how are you, bud? Yeah, something like that, bud. Oh, TJ, how you been, bud? What's going on? Beautiful airtime on this car. Oh. All right, I think I got a stick. No. That was very small, whatever it was, people. What happened there? Well, that got hit, actually. That got hit on the head. Wow, okay. So what happened was... Oh, nice one, Rains. Hey, what happened was the head got smashed off that, right? So that means normally Mulloway hit head first. Are we going to have a change of luck tonight, fam? Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out, shall we? Okay, yeah, because I thought I felt like a hit, and then it went a bit funny in the water. All right, 2 pints. Good on you, mate. Thanks for coming in, bud. I'm going to put this a bit further down this time. All right, that's better. Let's see what this does. That's better. Yeah, 2 pints. Hope you get the mackerel of a lifetime, bud. Literally rains. Beautiful airtime on these cars. Okay, people, I've just had a couple of bait fish that have leapt clear out of the water there. What happened there? Yeah, no worries, Lowy. I took care of business today too, mate, so I'll have a chat with you about that, bud. Beautiful airtime. Yeah, TJ, we swapped to Stream Elements, and we've gone away from Streamlabs, mate. The only problem with Stream Elements is it doesn't use both camera lenses, which is a bit of a pain. So I've got to figure out how to set that up in my settings. But yeah, it's pretty good. I've got some new technology that I'm trying, mate, you know. Tomorrow, if I can get out in the stream. Beautiful. Wow, 82 viewers. Thanks, everyone. One of the most frustrating things when you're fishing for mulloway is when you wind your lure in really close and then you have one swipe about 2 feet from your feet. That is always just, yeah. Nice. Thank you, Blood Angel. Yeah, good. I've got some new technology bent on, and heat's not an issue anymore, mate. So I managed to figure that out with the technology and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot of internal settings that you can do that I didn't know about, but I went and spoke with someone who's an absolute tech guru who could probably take a phone apart with their eyes closed and put it back together with their eyes closed. And yeah, no problems whatsoever. It's got a lot to do with processor speed and other stuff. So you can, sort it out. So even at the moment, I've got this charging off a battery. That's no heat whatsoever. Not like the old days when the phone would cook, So what do we got battery life? Yeah, 100%. Awesome. I might take that out and just see how long that lasts, Let's leave that there. Oh, wow. Oh, that's because it's so sensitive that it picks up on the wind on the screen. Yeah, that was the problem. Even Prism used to cook phones. Right. Beautiful. Night, Blood Angel. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Good to see you. Thanks for giving up your time to watch the stream. Can't wait till we start doing some night fishing streams in the Yak fam. That's going to be good fun. I'll wait till we get those midnight tides, and then I'll just go out in the kayak because there'll be no idiot around. Just make sure I got enough lights, Yeah, this is a totally different ball game at night. Beautiful. Thanks, mate. Rizzle207, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream, mate. How's life treating you? What's going on? Some of the best fishing nights I've ever had in the Swan River have been at night for mulloway. The most we ever got in one night was about, I think, 11 or 7. No, 7 it was. So back when you could get them in mozzies, Literally point and shoot. Hey, Rich. Nah, mate. I missed the high tide, bud. I was about an hour and a half late. Sometimes you get them as the tide's falling, but very rarely. One of the biggest mulloway I've ever seen caught was caught about an hour and a half after a high tide, but that's once in a lifetime, It's the same old story, mate. You never really know when they're going to turn up, Rich. You just got to be here, don't you? All I know is you've got more chance of catching a mulloway with a lure or a, soft plastic in the water or a bait than if you haven't, you know what I mean? So, all right. This is great, people, because the timing and everything's finally here with this rod and reel. So when I start doing all the finicky stuff, I've got some spots on the Smith Brook that'll just absolutely blow your mind, people. You wait till you see that stream. Hey there, Dr. Yasman. How are you, bud? Dr. Yasman, in Australia, most rivers are estuarine, which is a mixture of fresh and salt. So at the moment, we're at the peak of summer. So the fresh water has evaporated and the salt water from the ocean has pushed it upstream. Correspondingly, in the winter, when the fresh water falls in the high country and flushes the salt back out, the fresh water comes down here. So, you know, it's just purely seasonal, mate. So where I'm fishing at the moment with all these trees, they're fairly salt tolerant, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, something like that. I've caught a brown trout, Sammy, that's as long as my arm in the Smith Brook, bud. You've got to know where to fish, though. And having access to private property helps, mate, because that way you don't get shot. Oh, that's happened a few times, nearly. But anyway. So, yeah, biggest brown trout in the state, mate. Yeah, you wait and see, Sammy. So, Sammy, whereabouts are you, bud? Are you in Perth or where? Sammy, if you go to the YouTube channel, right? Go to the YouTube channel and there's one of my oldest videos is catching a brown trout on a Panther Martin lure. That was the Smith Brook. And that was a small one. I wish I took YouTube seriously, people, back in 2011 when I started, because I would have done a lot more with it, you know, but I didn't think anything of it. And I was going through a bit of a bad patch then, so. Busso and Guildford. Oh, nice one, Sammy. Mystic, the biggest problem is, mate, you've got a lot of landowners that think they own the water. And some of them have even fenced off areas, which is just ridiculous, mate. On the East Coast, they have these ladders where you can step over fences and everybody gets on, you know. But yeah, they just they think they own the waterways, mate. There's one idiot down south that actually dammed the Smith Brook, trying to do his own hydroelectric sort of plant, which was just a brain dead exercise, mate. It's just one of these bloody sociopathic types that don't have any empathy for anyone else. And unfortunately, the government departments don't really have any clout with them, you know, which is really disappointing. So, yeah, very annoyed with that. Right, I'm going to swap back to the other soft plastic again. So, yeah, a lot of issues with private landowners, mate. But, Sammy, all the big trout, right, are about 30 kilometres. I'm not even that. All the big trout, all the big brown trout, bud, they are about between 20 and 30 kilometres north of Manjimup and Pemberton. Yeah? Just got to know where to look. These are a very hard soft plastic. I don't like them. I'm going to absolutely slay the redfin with this year. Yeah, we are currently, I think we've done about, I would say, what? Oh, I reckon we've done about 15% of the content that we're capable of, people, on this live stream. We've still got another 85% to go, so look forward to that, eh? What the hell's happening here? Why is that twisted? Oh, that's why. What's that, TJ? Sammy, that only fishes at certain times of the year, mate. But look, bud, if you're going to fish Freo, what you need to do is you need to get a list of all the big cargo ships that go into Freo and when they're due to go out. Because what happens is when they reverse out, because the harbour's not that deep compared to other parts of the world, and the propeller on the big ships stir up the bottom, a lot of the big fish go in, right? And that's when you catch big mulloway and that sort of stuff in Freo Harbour, bud. And you've got to use live bait, mate. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is just leave that for a minute. Now, people, if you're new to the stream, welcome. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, we've just done it. We also have 2 YouTube channels, right? We have Australis Fishing, obviously, and Australis TV on YouTube. Australis TV is our variety and sort of gardening sort of channel. Obviously, Australis Fishing, the the content's in the name sort of thing. So look, the stream's free to watch. You're never going to get sent on a guilt trip. We don't have dono goals. We never have alerts or anything like that. So just come in, chill out, enjoy the stream, right? If you want to sub, just sub for free on YouTube. Save yourself some money, right? And just watch the content. And then that way you can let the big corporations pay for your viewing, if you know what I mean, okay? And what we do is we edit our content on this stream so that we can upload it to YouTube, okay? And look, unlike other people on YouTube that like to edit stuff, and make it really nice and all that sort of stuff, we just do live content, and then we just edit our live content. Yeah, the tide's on the way out again. Well, our night's over. What happened there? That's stuck. And yeah, so with that, the stream's free to watch, people. And look, when we involve our community, we don't do any of this garbage like other streams where they tell you, I got to do this and spend this to get this. We don't do that. It's all free, all right? So when you come in, sit down, put your feet up, chill out, enjoy the stream. The most important thing is we've got people watching the stream and we've got people chatting in the stream, okay? That's the most important thing, okay? So thanks for giving up your time to watch the stream. And hopefully I can get a fish before 2057. So hey, TJ, look, mate, if you're going to come in, right, good on you, bud. But if you're going to come in, mate, and you want to shout out for your mate, just ask for one, bud, right? Because that's really quite juvenile, bud. A lot of people do that on the platform, So, yeah, I just find it hilarious, mate. Like, we have, you know, we've got some people that only come into our stream when we've got over 100 viewers. And we've got some people that only come into the stream when we've got like over 300 viewers. First thing they do is just spam emotes, you know, trying to promote their favourite streamer. Look, we want people to be part of the community, okay? And, you know, with that sort of thing, we just, you know, we just, look, no dramas whatsoever, mate, but we just want people to be part of the community. I wasn't referring to you there, TJ, because you haven't been in for a while, right? And, you know, like, we know how it works on the platform, mate. Been there, done that, been stuffed around by heaps of people, right? So we had to put rules in place, you know, and unfortunately it annoys some people, but that's how it is. You've got to have one rule for everyone, you know. So that's where we're at with it, bud, okay? It's just that our community is not here for anyone else's benefit, right? That's why we had to put a clamp on so many other emotes, because people were just coming in, just being fanboys and just spamming another streamer's emote that was live. And it's like, really? You know, just the arrogance of it was unbelievable, mate, you know? So we just laughed it off and just removed them from the channel. So, yeah, the community's not here for anyone else's benefit. We're all in it together, and it's all about communicating and chatting, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's right, TJ. Just relax, mate. But all I'm saying is, with your mate, right, we like supporting new streamers, okay? Just send us a message in Discord. Let us check him out, because we've made a lot of mistakes supporting streamers, mate. You know, we've sent streams out. It's F this, F that, see this, see that. It's like, why would I want to bother to do that when they can just go down to the local pub and get that for free, you know? Right. So, yeah, don't take it personally, mate. It's just, unfortunately, there's been heaps of idiots beforehand that have just, you know. We even used to have American streamers that would come in while they're live trying to get a shout out, mate. That's how hilarious it was, you know? And it's like, really? You know, what makes you so special, you know? So, anyway, life goes on. We just laugh it off now. But I will say one thing, there's been a massive shift in, you know, sort of attitudes of new streamers coming on board. And the funny thing is, mate, we have other communities and other channels out there that run around telling everyone, you know, they're fish. So what's chasing them in here? There must be something out there, you know, that run around, oh, you know, Australis doesn't like emotes. It's not that at all. We got plenty of people's emotes in here that we welcome with open arms because they do the right thing by the community, mate. The ones that we don't welcome are just morons that we've had to deal with in the past that we don't want to have anything to do with now. So that's why it is the way it is, you know. So anyway, life goes on. Far more important things to worry about. Okay. That's right, Mystic. That's exactly right, Mystic, you know. So, I mean, anyway, that's how it goes, bud. The only person's actions you can control are your own. And yeah, that's all we try and do. There were a heap of bait fish that got pushed in here, people. I'm using 5-inch lures tonight, right? Because I want to see if there's a really big mulloway out there. But I think for this river, about 4-inch is the maximum size, you know. Yeah, that's exactly right, Mystic, you know. And I mean, you know, the thing is, I mean, you look at Roly Poly Potamus, right? The guy's a legend. I remember Roly when he had like 40, 50 viewers. And I thought, yeah, this guy's going to be big one day. You wait and see, you know. And sure enough, he is where he is now from hard work and persistence, right? And no one can take anything away from him. He doesn't owe anyone anything, and he's going to be a big-time player on the platform, mate. You mark my words, right? So, and then that's why when we had, that stream with 1,000 we were running when Brother Guccio raided us, of course I'm going to raid Roly Poly Potamus because he deserves it, and he always raids us, you know what I'm saying? And the guy's a good-natured guy, So, yeah, it was Justin TTV. Oh, that's right, Loey. Hey, Murdercom. No, I'm not big time, mate, at all, bud. Nowhere near it, bud. I don't have the temperament to be big time, bud. All I can do is just stream, keep it real, and, just see how it goes, pal, So, oh dear. Let's have a couple more casts and then I've got to go and be a husband. Because I am an adult. Hey, not for I, mate. Not for I, bud. Thanks for the 100 bits, mate. Can I gift him a sub? No, you're not, TJ. You're an adult. I won't hear anything of it. How come I can't gift him a sub? Gift a subscription. Oh, sugar. There you go, mate. Oh. There you go. Not one of the few channels where you get more back than what you put in, mate. Okay. All right, might have to call it a night, I think. Rightio, last one. Let's go over here where all this commotion was. Starting to get quite dangerous with this rod and reel, people. Especially with anyone that's here within, earshot of the rod. Oh, man, I've done so much work in the last week. Oof. Hey, not for I, you're welcome, mate, but you didn't have to do that, bud. Yeah, you didn't have to do that, mate. I gifted you that sub as a thank you. Don't feel compelled to do anything, bud, all right? Just enjoy it. Keep your money in your pocket, mate. All right. Synthetic chicken. That's an interesting username. That would be a good username or a good name for a lure. Rightio, last one, people. Let's go. Oi, it's a bit terrible. I got one more left after this. That was a rubbish cast. Just Mulloway chicken. But tomorrow will come in a lot earlier. I'll fish early in the afternoon, So, yeah, tomorrow we'll fish earlier in the afternoon. We'll get a better chance of getting one. And I'll have the Starlink. A lot of the good spots have got no reception, obviously. That's the way, TJ. All right, that's our night, people. I missed the high tide tonight. I thought it was going to be a bit rough, and Lo and behold, it was. Now there's something that's just starting to smash the fish in the water. Great, just as I finish. Awesome. Let's chuck that in there. So don't go anywhere. I'll just do the send off and the raid. What I'm going to do tomorrow, people. Hey, Knox, you're welcome. Yeah, you too, Buddha. Oh, look, whatever it is, it is. What I'm going to do tomorrow, people, is I'm going to show you how to fish soft plastics like a bait. Okay, so tune in for that. It's pretty easy. A lot of the people in the States do it quite flat out. Now, who have we got that's live? Hey, I know who we can raid. Thanks, mate. I'll give you a call after the stream, Loey. This young lady is an absolute legend. Weejar, how are you, bud? Mountain, how are you? We're just finishing, bud. Going to throw a raid out to a streamer that really deserves it. Keep being awesome.